I honestly thought something would happen. Okay, I spoke to Puffin. I did speak to the doctor. What do I have? I want to see what he looks like. Okay, let's go back to Thingy's apartment. Here. And look at this and say it's like red hair.
Some kind of owl mask. The hair looks incredibly familiar.
Familiar. Why? Why does it look familiar? Okay. Okay, I just wanted to look at that mask. Then the taxidermy guy, does he not have red hair? Well, he has very blonde hair.
I don't think he'll be...
Okay, he has blonde hair. Then Cormac had dark hair. I want to talk to Nicole again. We're also looking for...
What a mess.
The weapon.
To think in an instant.
Yeah, okay.
Now
okay, yeah. Okay, but there's nothing further here. I'm sure Ooh, maybe there's a... I was gonna say I wasn't supposed to pixel hunt, but maybe I am.
Yesterday's rain has made the water level rise significantly. Is it just me, or does it look like there's something resting at the bottom of the drain?
If there is, I have no way of getting to it through the drain cover.
Ooh, I have to go underneath.
Your mascot seems to be a raven with a glowing red eye. Is that meant to attract customers or to scare them off? I suppose you could do worse, as far as bar names go.
That's a good name. It's a strong name. Okay, I'm gonna go to speak to Cormac and see if he can help me get the gun. Or whatever.
Let's not stick around.
Oh.
While you could...
No.
While you... Another mysterious...
Oh, I can go there? Oh, that's about
Another
as far
mysterious...
as I can go.
You know, if you stare at this thing long enough, it kinda does look like it's got a face.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, God. The crazy is starting to rub off on me.
It
Quick,
does.
Miles. Let's get out of here.
It does. Okay. So, how am I gonna...
You know, if you stare... Oh. You know, if you...
Okay,
let's not...
Okay, so Cormac cannot help me. Okay, then we'll go back to the Raven and speak to Nicole. Let me look back at the drain. Does it change when I leave?
Yesterday's rain... Is it just...
No.
Yesterday...
No,
is it...
okay. Okay, speak to her.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Did she ever tell her my name?
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
I was given the physical description of a man, and I was wondering if you might recognize him if I told you.
Perhaps. Go on, then.
He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Bit vague, wouldn't you say? That covers about half our clientele.
I was afraid that might be the case. Did you notice anyone of that description here on election night?
No. Can't say I
She's
did,
been
sorry.
unhelpful.
Is that right? Because Cormac told me he saw you speaking with someone of that description shortly after the murder occurred.
And you believed him? Cormac's a good sort, but he's not exactly reliable.
I'd say he's twice as reliable as you are. Now tell me the truth, or I'll have you in as an accomplice to murder.
All right, relax. I don't know the man by name, but he came to me after the commotion outside and paid me a few crowns to keep my mouth shut about it. I didn't ask any more questions, and I wasn't about to refuse some extra cash. That was that, I swear.
That's not good enough. I need some way to find this man. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Well, I did notice he had a scar on his left cheek. Kind of looked like a shepherd's crook. But that's all, really.
So not Darius.
Suppose that'll have to do.
Wait, so not Darius.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so not Darius. That's interesting. Okay. So, we've got... So who... Okay, so let's go back to the opium den and look at his scar.
Leave him be.
Oh, okay.
He's not much...
Okay, I thought we were gonna look at his scar. Does this man have a scar?
Hello, Jimbo.
All right, fine.
Ooh.
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Yes, that's my ship, the SS Priscilla.
Oh.
I see. Did Ronan know about it?
Of course. He always used to ask me to bring him back some exotic souvenir.
Ooh, but... Okay. Anything more? Let's ask about the
Do
election.
you have any opinions about the recent election?
Not really. I'm usually way at sea, so I don't keep up with politics. The sea's got her own laws. Anyway, I can't vote, so it's really none of my concern.
But you're still affected by the decisions the Prime Minister makes.
Not very fair, is it, Mr.
Not
Ford?
really.
No, but hopefully Mr. Leroy will stand up for equal rights.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I always get freaking mad that I can't vote in Europe. Pay my taxes here, but I can't vote. How much sense does that make? Let's go back to her and convey all of this information to her, because a lot has happened. And then we go to
Have you got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
Jimbo.
Are you familiar with someone who goes by the name Jimbo?
No, I don't think so. Who is
No,
that?
let's not
A
out
friend
him.
of Ronan's.
No, as I told you, I didn't know Ronan to have any friends.
Yeah, let's not out
I
him.
especially
Come
don't recall him mentioning anyone called Jimbo.
on. Okay, let's leave it at that. Yeah.
Did Ronan know anyone named Priscilla?
Priscilla? No, I never heard that name before. Who is she?
Just a name that's come up in my investigation.
I wonder if Ronan had finally met a young woman.
He had met a young
boy.
person.
Now you've done it.
Those are all the questions I have for now.
All right, Mr. Fordham.
Okay, I really need a crack in the case here because I'm sort of just going back and forth. Maybe... No, not the apartment. Where's Upton? Here. Maybe she has some information on the ship or something.
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly.
Come
What?
on. Okay.
Upton, I need you to put out a bulletin. There's someone I need found.
Oh, who's that?
I don't know his name. I only have a description.
All right, I'll need to ask you a few questions. Could you describe the man's height and build?
Okay.
He's tall, with a large build.
All right. What color is his hair?
Well, actually, it's red. Yeah.
I'm certain it's red.
All right. Do you know of any unique details that might make him easier to identify?
Distinct scar on his left cheek.
Yes, he has a scar on his left cheek in the shape of a shepherd's crook.
Good. That will be helpful. All right, I'll put out the bulletin. Give me a moment. All right, the bulletin is out. I'll let you know if...
What?
Upton? Just got your bulletin.
Hello, Giles. Have you got something for me?
As a matter of fact, I've got someone in the jail fitting your description perfectly.
Excellent.
You don't say.
Yup. Name's Harvey Presser.
Excellent.
Got picked up a couple of days ago.
Thank you, Giles.
Wonderful.
You heard the man, Fordham. You've got yourself someone to interrogate over at Bow Street.
Wonderful. Okay, let's go to Bow Street.
Fordham?
He's very tall.
You look even worse than the last time I saw you.
Shut up.
We can't all manage to keep looking as good as you, Giles.
What brings you back?
This bloke, of course. He always
I'm
does a
looking to
little
speak with your
shuffle.
prisoner.
Presser? I just got off the horn with Upton about him. Seems you're not the only one interested in finding the man.
Then I suppose it's lucky I got here first.
Suppose so.
What was he brought in for, exactly?
He's the suspected leader of a cooping gang.
What's cooping?
Makes me glad I didn't bother to vote. All those dirty politics are just a waste of time.
And people wonder why nothing in Parliament ever changes.
What's cooping?
Harvey Presser, I presume.
Who's asking?
Miles Fordham.
Me,
I'm a
I'm
private
asking.
investigator.
What do you want from me?
Just a few minutes of your time. You don't have anywhere to be, do you?
Hardy ha.
Jokes.
Ask what you want, but I'm not answering anything until I see a lawyer.
Ah, okay, he's quite distinctive.
Do you recognize the man in this ferrotype?
Should I?
His name is Ronan Lespay. He was shot outside the Silent Raven on election night.
That's a real shame.
Oh, asshole.
Are you saying you know nothing about the murder outside the Silent Raven on election night?
Not a thing. I've never even heard of the Silent Raven.
Oh, shut up.
Is that right? Because I've spoken to at least 3 people who swore they saw you there that night.
Yeah, and you're not police, so that doesn't scare me. You can't do a thing about it.
This guy's starting to get on my nerves. There has to be a way to make him talk.
Yeah.
I hear you were arrested for leading a cooping gang. Is that right?
I don't have to tell you a thing. You're not a copper.
That's all the questions I have for now.
Can I
Good.
pretend to
Leave
be
me
a
in
copper?
peace.
Can I not pretend to be a copper?
He's watching you like a hawk. Looks liable to toss you in. Not much in the way of comfort.
Can I ask Upton for a fake badge? Can I steal her badge? No. Made a mistake, sorry. Ask her for a badge.
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly.
Upton, what do you have on this Harvey Presser fellow?
Give me a moment, and I'll locate the arrest report.
Thank you.
Here we are. He was picked up in a bar in Chumley after being identified as the leader of a cooping gang by one of his fellow gang members.
So much for loyalty.
Yeah.
Anything else about him?
Not much besides his address.
That might be worth looking
Excellent.
into.
Let me go there first.
It's 5885 Riverview Road, right near the asylum.
Oh, wonderful.
Ah, wonderful. Maybe afterwards you can drop by and pick out a room.
Shut up, Bill.
I'll let you get back to work.
And you'd better do the same.
Yep. How would I even get into his house, though? Ooh, it's not a great place.
Just a
Got a
moment!
child as well. Oh no.
Yeah? What do you want?
Ooh, she doesn't look like the type to take any guff. Better watch yourself,
Oh,
Miles.
I have to be very careful.
I'm a private investigator, and I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Private investigator? What is this about?
I promise I won't take up much of your time.
All right, come in. But try and keep it down. My daughter isn't feeling well, and I don't want her being disturbed.
Okay, so was that the right option, or would all of them got me in the door? Well, don't make me yell across the room.
Some of those modern steam cleaners. If they use them in this place, they clearly aren't worth a damn.
No. Sure, this place is not in good shape.
She doesn't look so good.
Is this plague times?
A man's coat. Seems Harvey wasn't expecting to be out for very long.
Can I look at it?
A man...
No.
Seems to be a notice from the bank threatening to foreclose on this place if they're late on their rent payment again. No wonder Harvey's taken a second
Why
job.
would you hang it on the wall? It's a bit funny.
It seems peasant soup is on the menu tonight. Presumably that goes into the presser's bedroom. Or it might be a closet. Or both.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Presser. Mrs. Presser.
Mrs. Presser?
Yeah, what?
Okay, I have to be careful here.
Is your daughter all right?
She's just come down with a bit of something. This
Okay.
stew I'm making will put her right again. I've been giving her regular doses of Pink Bladder's Miracle Tonic, too.
Oh, that
I'm
sounds
sure she'll be back to tearing the
bad.
house down again in a matter of days. Takes after her father, that one.
Pink bladder. Harvey Presser.
What does your husband do for a living, Mrs. Presser?
Harvey? He's a traveling salesman. Sells steam-powered cleaners like the ones in the corner there.
Oh?
Doesn't make much money on account of most people being afraid of steam tech these days. But Harvey tries his best to provide for me and little Mary. He's a good man.
Aw.
The job takes him out of town for days at a time, but we get by.
And that's all he does?
What are you asking? You know something I don't?
Ooh.
No, not at all. I was just curious.
Oh, look, another husband keeping secrets from his wife. There are a copper a dozen around here, it seems.
Yeah, Bill's right on that. And you?
So what do you do while your husband's away?
Hang on there, what are you playing at? I'm a married woman.
I merely wanted to know a bit more about you, that's all. I meant no disrespect.
Is that your game? Asking innocent
Oh,
ladies about themselves so you can have your way?
no.
She doesn't have to worry about being mistaken for innocent, that's for sure.
Shit.
No, you know what? Just forget I said anything.
Oh, how? She gonna keep talking to me?
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Never heard of him.
And you've never seen the man in this ferrotype?
Nope. And I'm glad I haven't. Looks like a real pushover.
Okay, that's a bit mean.
Are you pleased with the election results?
Yeah, I'm glad that no good high muckamuck Atwood was voted out.
Muckamuck.
Maybe now they can finally
that
get to
a
work on that
word?
bridge to Gascon we've been promised for so long.
But won't Leroy's opposition to steam tech be bad
Muckamuck.
for your husband's business?
Maybe, but Harvey's always managed to land on his feet. If it comes down to it, I'm sure he'll be able to find a new job in no time. I was never too keen on him selling those contraptions anyway. It'll be a relief to get them out of the house.
I don't have any more questions for you, Mrs. Presser.
She gave us
Good.
nothing. She gave us nothing. Ah, you know what? I'm gonna go back to Harvey. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna go tell your wife. Yeah, that's what. Good old-fashioned blackmail.
A few more
Not that
questions
I've
for
ever
you, Mr.
blackmailed
Presser.
anyone in my
Whatever
life.
you say.
I had a little chat with your wife. You have a lovely family.
Mildred? How did you...
She didn't even
I may
tell
not
us
be
her
with the
name.
police anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't still get the information I need.
You didn't tell her about me being in jail, did you?
Not yet.
Don't worry. It was quite obvious your wife has no idea what you're involved in. As a man who values discretion, I thought it best not to shatter her illusions.
That's awfully decent of you.
Yeah, I think so
Of
too.
course, I might change my mind, unless you start to cooperate.
I have to say, Miles, you've become a real natural at this tough cop role.
All right, fine. I'll talk. Just leave my family out of it.
Yeah, I'll leave them. Who are
Is
you?
this your first time in jail?
Yeah, actually. Suppose you think I'm just some criminal scum, born for the gibbet?
No,
I'm
I
not a bad
don't.
man, Mr. Fordham. I just made some mistakes. You've met my family. I'd do anything for them. Anything.
I suppose no good deed goes unpunished.
You can say that again.
What good deed? What good deed did he do?
Tell me what you know about the murder outside the Silent Raven.
The most important thing I can tell you is that I didn't kill him.
Okay, that's good.
Do you know who did?
Not a clue. I was inside the bar when I heard the gunshot.
Okay.
I went outside to see what had happened and found the spay on the sidewalk.
And what happened next?
What do you think? I panicked. He was in my care. I wasn't expecting anyone to get killed.
In my care.
I think Mr. Presser has a wildly different definition of the word care.
What care?
I went inside and gave the barmaid 10 crowns to keep her mouth shut. Clearly, that was money misspent. Then I went back home, told my wife I was going away on a business trip for a few days, just in case. Good thing I did,
Good
too.
thing, yeah.
I might get out of this with her none the wiser.
What makes you so sure they'll let you out?
Me, I'm just a small fish, but I could talk and talk about whales. That's valuable information.
Quite the shrewd
True.
negotiator, this one. I think his skills have been wasted.
Do you recognize the man in this ferrotype?
Yes, I do.
So he knows
That's Mr.
him.
Lespay.
And how is it you know him?
I was assigned to watch him and then pick him up on election night.
Assigned? By whom?
My employer. I'd really rather not name
Yeah,
names,
but it's
Mr.
important
Fordham.
because he
I don't care about your employer.
He's
What I care about is what you were doing with Mr.
not
Lespay.
alive.
Well, it was a cooping scheme. He was one of the people I was told to pick up.
What is a cooping scheme?
Tell me more about this cooping scheme.
I got paid to find men to vote for Atwood. Simple,
okay.
really. Once I found a good mark, I followed him a bit, knocked him out, then took him to the coop, a little room I rented near the Raven. I had about 5 men on election night, including Lespay. Got them all liquored up and walked them over to the polls. Once each of them voted, we'd walk back over to the coop. I'd change their clothes, maybe give them a fake beard, and walk back for another vote. Did it for myself, too,
so no
people
one-
would be less likely to notice. Kept it up for a few hours
checked any
until
names?
the murder.
That's all the questions I have for now.
Good. Leave me in peace.
That's so funny that no one back then checked the names on the votes, so you could just look slightly different as 10 minutes ago and you could vote again.
He's watching.
Yeah. Whew. So, okay, that's the Presser residence. I could go tell Upton about the cooping scheme.
Keep up the good work, Upton.
Ah, okay.
I have no.
Okay, wait, did I miss anything? I guess I just have to go talk to a lot of people now, because...
Pardon me, Edwards.
Yes?
Edwards, do you know much about the effects of opium?
Quite a great deal, unfortunately. It's all the rage these days. Most people use it to calm the nerves or relieve pain, but it's highly addictive and has numerous adverse effects.
Such as?
It depends, really. Most common are sweating, nausea, memory loss, or blurred vision. But more serious cases can lead to hallucination, violent mood swings, coma, or even death. I just had a case in here a few weeks ago who died from an opium overdose.
No.
It wasn't pretty.
Doesn't sound like it. Thanks for the information, Edwards.
Anytime.
Can I take a mask
I'll be going now, Edwards.
from Ronan's
Take care, Fordham.
apartment and go scare singing Bill? Singing Tim? Tom. I don't know. I don't know his name. Yeah, that's my idea. Let's see if that's a good idea or not. Let's grab one of these.
This one is scarier than the other masks. This mask looks African. Some kind of owl.
Okay, oh, he doesn't want to take it. Okay. Okay, he doesn't want to take it. So, maybe I can scare him. Or I can tell him that his mind is going.
Could I have another moment of your time, Mr. Puffin?
Yes, I suppose so.
Yes.
So, what do you think of the election results?
All right, the election.
Oh, I forgot
Who
to.
won?
That I didn't
Roy.
ask.
You beat Atwood by a significant margin.
Oh, I suppose that's good. I think I may have voted for him, but I'm not sure.
It seems that all the prayer candles have gone out.
Have they? Blast, I keep saying there's a draft, but nobody's done anything about it. Excuse me for a moment, won't you?
Ooh. I can quickly look at the chest. Now, now, now. Come on, come on, come on. Look. Come. Come. Let me look.
Let's hope this chest hasn't got squeaky hinges.
Whew. Okay. Your last letter made me giggle with delight, dearest Ned. I just cannot stop dreaming of the day we can finally make our dreams come true and live together as man and wife. Ooh, this is the P, Priscilla. I think it would be just the most splendid idea to get a puppy. I've already begun thinking of names. How does Woofle sound? Woofle? Woofy? Woofy Woofle, I'm not sure. Oh my love, P. Ned and P. Who's Ned? Is he Ned? No, he's Tom. Who's P?
Could I have another moment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know anyone named Ned?
Ned? Well, yes, I do. My nephew, Ned Bunkridge.
Ah.
Your nephew?
Yes? Why do you ask?
Where might I find Ned? I'd like to speak with him.
Is everything all right? Ned hasn't gotten into any trouble, has he? I always tell him just because he's training his body, that's no excuse to pick fights.
Ooh.
No, he hasn't gotten into any trouble.
Not yet.
Oh, well, he lives in Lyon, at 511 Parkside Terrace.
Right. Thank you for the information.
Okay, so he's a. So
I'll let you
he's
resume your practicing, Mr. Puffin.
trained.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
A blessed day? Oh, we are in a church. Okay. But this has come, like, out of the left field. A little bit.
Right this way, sir. Mr. Bunkridge is in his gymnasium.
Thank you, my good man.
Well, you
Ooh.
take a look at this place. And take a look at him. Maybe you should consider doing some training yourself, Miles. You aren't getting any younger after all.
Oh, Bill, you're so mean. What a machine.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all. What will they think of next? Some kind of martial art? Doesn't look like any I've ever heard of. Makes you wonder if old Nettie boy is at the end of his rope, too.
Okay. Okay, let me speak to him first.
Excuse me, Mr. Bunkridge.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Miles
Hello.
Fordham, a private investigator. Your valet let me in.
Right, of course. What can I do for you?
I have a few questions for you, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, all right. I could use a bit of a rest anyway.
Oh my goodness, he's like shining. Sweat on him. Ooh, his jaw is so chiseled. My goodness.
You're very into physical conditioning, aren't you?
Oh, You
Oh,
noticed.
well, of course, you're standing
Yes,
here.
I believe that a healthy body
No
is
shirt
just as
on.
important as a healthy mind, if not more so.
Well, he's definitely prioritizing the former.
It's important to keep fit, especially at a job like mine where I'm in a chair most of the day.
What's your
What job is that?
I'm a clerk at the Bank of Vespuccia.
Ah.
But someday, I hope to leave and teach others about the health benefits of regular exercise. Perhaps even open up my own gymnasium.
Oh man, you were bored in the wrong time.
He actually thinks people are going to go for that.
Could have been
Good
a,
luck to him.
Could have been a fitness influencer. Tom.
Tell me about your uncle.
You know Tom?
I've met him, yes. He's the one who told me where you lived.
Oh, right. Well, my uncle is an interesting man.
To say the least.
Is that an interesting of the good or bad variety?
I really wish he would take better care of himself is all. I have the feeling that he's on some sort of drug, although he always denies it.
Yeah.
What gives you that impression?
Well, most of the time he acts completely normal. He goes to work, visits with me. Sometimes we go out together to the theater or a gallery. But some days his mood changes. He goes very solitary, won't leave his house, gets short with me. One time I went to visit him. I heard him yelling along with what sounded like furniture being knocked about. It only happened once, but it worried me. I hope Tom isn't in any sort of trouble.
Opium is one hell of a drug. It's a good thing you never got to that point with the soporific, or Adelaide would have thrown you out much sooner.
Are you all right, Mr. Fordham?
Yes, I'm fine.
What? Too soon?
Maybe.
Could you give me Tom's address?
You don't have it? I thought you said you'd spoken with him.
I visited him at the cathedral.
But if he's there, why do you want his address?
I have reason to believe he may be somehow involved in a murder.
That's a serious accusation, Mr. Fordham. What proof do you have?
Nothing concrete just yet.
That's what I want to
which
go
is why
look at
I'd
the
like to
home.
investigate his
Yeah.
home.
Well, you're not the police, so I'm not obligated to tell you.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry, but you'll need more than just a suspicion to convince me.
Yeah.
On second thought, never. Are you familiar with a man named Ronan Lespay?
Never heard of him.
I have his portrait. Maybe you recognize him?
No, I've never seen this man before, but... Huh, how about that?
How about what?
Tom?
The detail in this ferrotype is a bit fuzzy, but his facial features and hair, they vaguely resemble mine.
You know, now that he mentions it, it's true. Lespay does bear a passing resemblance to this fellow.
No.
Not quite as handsome, though.
He was the target of the murder. Oh no.
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Yes, it most certainly does.
My wife?
My lady love is named Priscilla Poundstone.
I see. What can you tell me about her?
Oh, she's a darling. I love her very much.
Oh, hell no.
Such a kind and gentle soul she is, too. Loves
It's someone else who's
animals,
also in love with
especially
Priscilla.
dogs. We've been together for ages and are due to be married soon.
When was the last time you saw her?
Saw her? Oh, no, Mr. Fordham. She doesn't live in New Britannia. She attends Miss Threadneedle's Academy for Young Ladies in Cormorant.
She lives in New Holland?
That's right. I've never actually met Priscilla face to face. We communicate exclusively through correspondence.
How did you two get involved?
Her father and mine were old military friends. They decided between them that their children would be engaged.
And you're both in agreement?
Yes. I admit at first I was a bit hesitant, but we share many of the same interests. The distance between us is not a detriment to our love.
I wonder how that will change once they actually begin cohabiting.
What? That is so strange. He has never seen her, but he's gonna get married to her? I know people do it now in the modern day, but you can at least video call now. So I don't know how he fell in love with someone without seeing them. And what did he say? For years. They've been together for a while.
So you correspond regularly with Priscilla?
That's right. At least one letter a week. My uncle does me the kindness of acting as courier.
Oh no, he
You
kept
think I
the
might
letter.
have a look at one of those
He
letters?
kept the letter.
What for? They're private correspondence.
Oh no.
I understand, but I feel this is important. Perhaps you could show me one that isn't too personal.
Yes,
Okay.
I suppose that would be all right. In fact, I think there's a recent one on the shelf there. That's not too private. But you won't need to take it, will you?
Not at all.
No, I just
want to have a look.
I want to have a look at the handwriting.
So, you know nothing about the murder outside the Silent Raven 4 nights ago?
That's right. I don't even know what the Silent Raven is.
Oh.
It's a bar in the Chum.
Well, that explains it. For one thing, I don't go to that part of town. A man like me sets foot in that den of ruffians, and I'll have every Tom, Dick, and Harry challenging me to a fight.
No.
Not that I couldn't take them, but I have better ways to train my body than beating thugs. Anyway, I don't drink. Dulls the mind and softens the body.
I see. Well, just thought I'd ask.
I'm sorry I can't help you, Mr. Fordham, but I hope you solve whatever it is you're investigating. You seem like a nice enough sort.
Oh, I've won him over.
How do you feel about the election outcome?
I'm disappointed. Atwood may not have been the greatest PM, but he was pro-Steam Tech. Sure, the Lygia incident was a tragedy, but people are too quick to judge. Steam technology is a boon to mankind. It's already enriched my life considerably. It's a shame the progress is going to be held back because of one isolated occurrence.
Thanks for your time.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Let's look at that letter. So maybe Tom has been not delivering his letters, but his own. Dearest Ned, I was so happy to receive your last letter. Things are going well here. I'm due to begin my next course within the week. How are things with you? Did you manage to set up that gymnasium you were talking about? You'll have to send me a ferrotype of your new physique. Ooh, yeah, they're sending body pics.
Wait just a minute. Something's off
The
here.
handwriting's not
The
the same.
handwriting in this letter is different to the one we found before. There's something strange going on with this Priscilla.
Yeah.
What in the ether is that supposed to be? Looks like some kind of medieval torture device. Then again, so does most of this newfangled exercise equipment.
I forgot that, yeah, exercising in a gym is a
Oh,
modern
look, maybe you can
concept.
slip these on and go a couple of rounds with Ned. If that's his best right hook, he'll be a pushover. And after that expert knockout you delivered Officer Grant, he won't stand a chance. They don't look that heavy to me. This seems to be where Ned keeps his extra equipment, and assorted other garbage. Just when I thought I'd seen it all. What will they think of next?
Okay, let me tell him about the letter.
Could I ask you a few more questions?
All right, but try not to take too long. Don't want to drop my heart rate too much.
Okay. No, okay, the address, maybe.
About your uncle's address?
What about it? Why do you want it?
Yeah.
I think there's something going on between him and Priscilla.
Something going on? What do you mean?
I found a letter addressed to you from her at the cathedral, and the handwriting is different to the letter you have here.
He has one of her letters? Why would he?
I'm not sure, which is why I'd like to search his home and find out more.
If he's going behind my back, I swear I'll...
Calm yourself, Mr. Bunkridge. If I find anything, you'll be the first to know.
All right. Tom lives at 117 Gimlet Terrace in Worcester.
Hey, we're practically neighbors.
Here, I've got a spare key. If you find anything about him and Priscilla, you'll tell me, won't you?
Of course.
I don't know
Thank
if
you,
I
Mr.
will,
Bunkridge.
because you
Thanks for your
might-
time.
You're so strong.
Not
you
a problem.
Might, take him out. Okay, so... I feel like I'm so close to solving this case. Okay, let's play until 23.
Nice place. Tidy. Nothing incriminating that I can see.
People rarely leave anything incriminating out in the open. It's time to have a look around.
This is a very nice place.
The look in her eye tells me she's probably hiding something. A statue of Eros, I believe? God of love or lust or something. Man babies in diapers never did much for me.
Okay.
That's odd. There are some scratches on the floor next to that statue.
Okay, move it.
How about that? Looks like we found singing Tom's buried treasure.
Oh no. Gone?
Let's just see what we have here.
Dearest Priscilla, I've completed all my plans and will soon come visit you in Cormorant. Please remember that life in New Britannia is hard, and so I may look a bit more advanced in years than you might expect. Oh no.
Interesting stuff. But what about the box itself?
Oh.
It seems Puffin's gun has gone missing. He should really take better care of his things.
Oh no, it's at the bottom of the
It's empty.
thingy.
It's empty.
At the drain.
It's empty.
Okay.
So Puffin plays at home too? His poor neighbors. So Puffin's music room is a bit lacking in comparison to the one in the painting. Huh. I was wondering when he was going to show up.
Funny.
Puffin's daily planner. The man leads an even more boring life than you. Who knew that was even possible?
Why is Bill so rude?
Puffin's
Okay.
No point wasting time searching Puffin's bedroom. I have a feeling that if there's something to find, it's here in the sitting room.
Okay, but we did find the thing that we looked
Music
for.
books. Clearly Puffin has never touched them. Music. The look in her eye.
Okay. Okay, so we found so the desk, there's nothing in the desk.
It's empty.
Okay. Okay, so that was that. So what do? We go back here. We look in the drain again.
Yesterday's rain has made the water level rise significantly. Is it just me, or does...
If there is, I have no way of getting to it through the drain cover.
Oh, okay.
Securely fastened, unfortunately for you. If only there was some way to undo these bolts and remove the drain cover.
Okay, so we're looking
Securely.
for something to remove the drain cover. Okay, and I have nothing. So maybe it's these bottles?
To think.
Okay, what's
Now's not the...
What a mess.
Maybe we could ask her if she has something. Maybe there's something
Doesn't look like cleaning.
here that I could use to... Well, the knife would actually be good.
She...
Okay. So, who could I ask for a tool to remove drain covers? Let's go. Okay, let's clean it out. Let's ask everyone something.
Leave him be.
Okay. But then why does this bubble not disappear? If we're done here, why does the bubble not disappear? Go here, ask him about getting the gun.
Moment of your time.
Yes.
Right, I'll make it quick.
Would you be able to remove the cover of a storm drain?
Yes, of course, sir. Cormac's got the right tool for the job.
Excellent.
Just a few twists from old Mary here, and any drain will open up like a Christmas rose.
A Christmas rose.
Excellent. Would you be able to open the storm drain outside the Silent Raven?
Suppose so, yes. But Cormac ain't allowed to just open up drains as he sees fit.
Oh.
What do you want this drain open for?
I believe there's a vital piece of evidence
Maybe the
at the
others
bottom
would
of the
have
drain.
worked as well.
You don't say.
It's quite true. It may even help me solve a murder.
Well then, in that case, Cormac will get the drain open for you.
Excellent, thank
Come
you,
on,
Cormac.
there's not a moment to lose.
Thank you, Cormac.
This it then?
That's the one.
Right, won't be a moment.
Excellent.
There we are.
Thank you for your help, Cormac.
Not a problem. Now, if you don't mind, Cormac's just going to pop inside for a quick punt.
Yes, alright, Cormac. Thanks, man. I'll just stick my hand down the drain.
Detective work is a dirty job, but someone has to do it. Don't forget to roll up your sleeve.
Great.
I really hope there's something down there.
There's a gun down there.
Ugh. This is almost as bad as the time I had to search for that stolen necklace in a pile of horse manure.
I'm really glad I didn't draw the short straw in that case.
Yes, look what I
Well,
got.
how about that?
A shame the police managed to overlook this.
Mm-hmm. Such a shame. Okay, excellent. Okay. We could tell him that we found something.
Let's not stick around.
Okay. Okay, so now let's go straight to Edwards. Double check this. Okay.
Pardon me, Edwards.
Yes?
I found this pistol at the scene of the Lespay crime. Could you take a look and see if it was used to murder him?
It's all slimy. Where was it?
Sitting at the bottom of a storm drain.
Oh, I suppose that's not as exciting as finding it inside someone's intestines.
Ew, what?
Did I ever tell you about that post-mortem, by the way?
Ew.
No,
How?
I certainly don't want to hear about it now. How long will it take you to analyze that pistol?
I should have something conclusive within the hour, if you don't mind waiting.
No, I don't mind waiting.
No, it'll give me some time to gather my thoughts.
Right. I've concluded my analysis, and this gun was definitely used to shoot Mr. Lespay.
Great, we have
the
a
bullet I
murder
removed from his
weapon.
body is a perfect match.
Thank you, Edwards. That is extremely helpful.
There's one more thing. I cleaned off some of the muck and found the initials JB etched into the handle.
Interesting.
My expertise with guns is purely forensic, so I can't determine if this is the gun's maker or the initials of its owner. That's going to have to be your job.
Thank you, Edwards. Your help is always appreciated.
Okay, so JB.
Wasn't the name on Puffin's gun case Jenkins and Bowen?
Yeah.
That's quite a coincidence, wouldn't you say?
I'll be going now, Edwards.
Take care, Fordham.
Yep.
Miles, have you ever noticed that this Jimbo fellow fits the description of the man loitering outside the taxidermy shop?
Of course I
The
noticed
barmaid
it.
told us she saw someone matching that description at the
I
Raven
noticed
on
that
election night.
immediately.
Not only that, Priscilla just so happens to be the name of the ship Jimbo works on.
Yeah, but
And the
it's
pistol
not
used to
that.
murder Ronan has the initials JB etched on it.
No.
It could be a coincidence, but I think it's quite reasonable to consider him as a suspect.
Yeah, but that's not... It's not
Things
it.
are starting to fall into place here, Miles. Between the letters, the missing gun, and what Edwards told us about the effects of opium, I think we have enough evidence to consider Puffin a suspect.
Yeah, I think it's Puffin. I think it's Puffin. I don't think it's the other guy.
Keep up the good work, Upton.
Okay. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Any of the bubble is gone. Thank goodness, because it felt like it was never gonna be gone. Let's go to where's? No, not Ned. His house. Where was his house? Here. Okay, Puffin. Let's look at this case and double check that it's the gun that fits in there. Oh. Okay, that was it. But then close it. There's nothing more to do here. Then let me go accuse him. See what happens.
He won't be much more help right.
Okay. Shall we tell Ned? I don't know if I really want to tell Ned. Do I ask him?
He won't have anything.
Okay, so why doesn't it close if it's not him? If it's this one, and this one should close. Taxidermy shop, no. Do I want to tell Ned? I can ask him at least.
He hasn't got any.
Okay. But then there's no one to really ask anymore, you know? Okay, wait. So, sorry. Maybe I can ask the barmaid about the events. Oh, okay.
Let's not.
Of the events of the night, you know? Okay, so Darius was friends with Tom.
Leave him be.
Oh, really? Okay, so he's also done talking, kind of. I've no reason to involve Presser anymore. So I've been everywhere now, actually.
I don't think he'll be.
Did I miss something? Because I just think it's over now. I'm just gonna go accuse... I'm gonna accuse this guy.
No point asking.
Okay. I didn't miss anything because I spoke to basically everyone. Okay. Then we're just gonna go accuse Puffin. Let's look at my casebook. Return to Miss Morgan and accuse Tom. Accuse Jimbo. That's about it. Yep, okay, I'm gonna accuse Puffin.
Have you got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
I've completed my investigation of your brother's murder, Mrs. Morgan.
You have? Oh, that's such a relief to hear. Who killed him?
I think it's Puffin.
It was Tom Puffin, choir master at St. Denis Cathedral.
What? But why would a member of the church do something like that?
Puffin is in love with his nephew Ned's fiancée, Priscilla. He's even gone so far as to intercept their letters and write to each of them under false pretenses. Mr. Puffin is also an avid opium user and is prone to fits of rage as well as hallucinations. The evening of the murder, Puffin was at the Silent Raven, and in his opium-induced fog, mistook your brother for Ned.
Yeah,
He had his pistol on him, and his rage and jealousy got the better of him. Poor Ronan was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's horrible.
And what about the clothes he was
So
wearing?
horrible.
Or why he was in Chumley in the first place?
I'm afraid your brother fell victim to a cooping gang. They dragged him to Chumley and forced him to vote multiple times. He was wearing someone else's clothes as part of a disguise.
My poor brother. So what happens now?
Now, I'll inform Miss Upton of my findings, and she'll send an officer along to arrest Puffin. From there, justice will be served accordingly.
I see. Thank you for your help, Mr. Fordham.
Tom Puffin?
Yes, may I help you, officer?
You're under arrest for the murder of Ronan Lespay.
What? Oh, God.
Oh, no.
So it wasn't a dream.
He
Come
remembers
along,
it.
sir. We need to question you at the station.
Okay, he remembers it. I've got the correct person. Thank goodness.
You know, Miles, you've been coming in here a lot lately, but you've never looked quite this glum.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Addie doesn't
I've
want
bungled
to
things
speak
pretty
to me.
badly at home. Been staying with a friend the past couple of weeks.
I see. What happened?
I haven't been honest with my wife. Coming here and drowning my sorrows hasn't really helped, oddly enough.
No.
And yet, it's all I can do to keep from going crazy.
You know, Miles, I've seen and heard a lot of things over the years. Some of the stories would turn your hair white. But through it all, I've come to learn one thing. It's usually not too late to make things better, but only if you let yourself try.
Thank you for the advice, Patrick.
All I can do is give it, Miles. Whether you choose to take it or not is entirely up to you.
Yeah, that's
Now,
the most
would you like another gin?
profound thing.
No, thank you. This time I really do need to be on my way.
Go to Adelaide. Go to Adelaide.
I should go and see how my wife is doing.
I see.
Apologize
Well,
profusely.
have a good night, Miles. And good luck to you.
Go apologize profusely.
Who in the ether?
I hope I'm not drunk, right? I'm not drunk. I hope I just had one gin.
Miles? This is a surprise.
Why is it a surprise? I literally live there.
Addie, it's so good to see you. I've been such an idiot lately.
Well, I'm glad you can admit to it. Would you like to come in?
Yes, please.
Very much.
Okay, I'm gonna tell her the truth, but she's gonna probably freak out and think I'm really crazy.
Was there something you wanted to talk about?
I've given it a lot of thought, and I think it's time I finally told you the truth.
Oh, have I
Miles,
saved
what are you
the
doing?
game?
You know this is a terrible idea.
This is probably a terrible
truth?
idea.
About why I've been acting the way I have been.
When
since
was my
Bill died.
last
Well, go on.
save game?
I'm listening.
Don't do it, Miles. You know it's a one-way ticket to Riverview if you do.
Okay, we're gonna risk it.
I've been hearing Bill's voice ever since he died.
Fordham, what is wrong with you?
His voice?
I can't believe this! You've just destroyed your life. I hope you realize that.
Yes, in my head, at all hours. That's why I was taking the soporific. It was the only way to keep him quiet. Or so I thought.
True, if someone told me
Turns out
this...
that alcohol has the same effect.
Well, no.
What does he say to you?
I just really encourage
The type of things
them
he'd
to
say
get
when he
help.
was alive. Snarky comments, inappropriate jokes. Mainly he nags me to find the flower shop burglar. He thinks doing that will let him find peace and move on.
I see.
I told you you'd never believe me.
Don't be ridiculous, Miles. It's nothing like that. It's just, I wish you had told me sooner is all.
Why, does she
I
hear
know,
him too?
but I was afraid.
Well, I'm glad you finally trusted me. You know, you could have all along.
No, I don't
So,
know.
you're alright with
She
it?
seems weirdly alright with
It is quite a lot to take in. I think I'll need some time to mull it over.
Oh no.
But what matters now is that we can work through this together.
Does she
I understand.
believe me? Or is
Well,
she gonna
I should probably go.
call...
It was lovely to see you again, Addie.
Lovely to see you too, Miles.
Can I not stay? This is my
Perhaps
house.
I'll stop by again next week?
Or sooner, if you'd like.
Sure. Like the men in white coats aren't gonna have you taken away by then.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'll see myself out then.
Good night, Miles.
Why can he not stay? It's his bloody house. Did I make a huge mistake? She thinks I lied? She thinks I lied, right? Oh yeah, I have to sleep in a chair.
Fordham, wake up.
Huh? He just leapt over the side. I don't... Oh, Upton. What's going on?
Goodness, Fordham. You look terrible. Is everything all right?
Just had some trouble sleeping. More than usual.
Well, I hope you've rested enough, because I've got something very important to show you.
Oh, wonderful. If we're sharing information now, are you going to tell Upton about me as well?
What is it?
There's been a murder.
Yeah.
So? People get killed every day in this city.
People, yes. Members of Parliament, no.
Oh, I see. Who's the victim?
A man named Percival McDonough. But this is the real corker. The murder is clearly the work of the Justice Killer.
Ooh.
The Justice Killer. Is that the mass murderer I've been hearing about?
I've been dying to
The very
investigate
same.
him.
Why Justice Killer, though?
It's part of his modus operandi. He kills his victims with a single gunshot to the head, then writes the word justice somewhere in the room with the victim's blood.
Talk about melodramatic.
The police are stumped. This is the killer's 5th victim, and there isn't a single lead.
So you want me to investigate?
Not just yet. First, I need you to look at these sketches.
What?
You took crime scene sketches from the department?
Of course not. I made copies with the station's Pharaoh duplicator. These killings need to stop, and I believe you can succeed where the department has so far failed.
Of course I can.
So,
I'm good at
what am I
my
looking for?
job.
The police went over each crime scene with a fine-toothed comb and turned up practically no useful physical evidence. I want a second opinion from you. If you can find some sort of link between them, it might be possible to track this monster down.
All right, let's see what we can see. Maybe there's something that Snelling's finest overlooked.
Here are the 4 sketches. Have a look at them and see if you notice anything that might help us find this maniac.
Okay, as much as I want to dive straight in and keep investigating, I think I need to leave it here because I'm quite tired. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope you have a lovely day, a lovely evening, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.